We don't have anything in there yet, I don't think. You never know. Let's take a look. Look. Haley gave me cough drops because she loves me and she wants to take care of my throat. The throat is a 7 today, so not terrible. I think it's getting better. Who knows? You gotta be hopeful. Anyway, let's get started with the show. You know I love to start with flowers, and we have two superstars. Come on over here, and I'm going to give you fair warning. This is Hummingbird Mint, and Hummingbird Mint is probably our most popular flower that we sell. Why? Well, there's a bunch of different reasons. First of all, it is gorgeous. And this one is called our Summerlong because it will last you all summer long. What I love about it is I love the shape of it. They're little shoots of flowers. And you're going to get these, you're going to get the multicolor. You're actually going to get, you get 2 of these. All the 3-in-1 because they have the 3 colors. But why these are so popular is that if you love hummingbirds, if you love butterflies, if you want to take care of the honeybees out there, there are so many different areas to feed on these and to get pollen, but nectar as well. And they smell amazing, amazing, amazing. Jennifer is my producer. Jennifer and I agreed this is probably going to sell out. Jennifer, how many do I have? About 800? Just over 700. Let me get Carrie Mobley, our master gardener extraordinaire,
good morning.
And my good buddy to welcome into the show. I love starting with Hummingbird Mint.
Yes.
Outside of the Desert Patio Rose, my favorite flower.
Well, I don't blame you.
Well, the Desert Patio Rose doesn't have a scent.
Very true, but boy, it sure is beautiful,
It is
though.
pretty,
And
I
it is
know.
easy, right?
I know.
But this is also a really easy plant. So we love Hummingbird Mint. This is a perennial, which means it's going to come back year after year. It is a tough, hardy plant that's going to give you tons of color in your garden. It is completely deer resistant because it has that minty fragrance in the foliage. That is definitely something you guys have to remember moving forward. Anytime you're going to buy a plant and you think, oh, I do not want the deer to eat all of this, grab whatever foliage it is, pinch it between your fingers. Oh, smells so good. If it smells so good to you, the deer are going to hate it. They just don't like it. So this is never gonna get too tall, but you are gonna get that constant color. This basically performs like an annual. And what's great about annuals typically is that they give you a bunch of color. They've got one season to do their job.
All at once.
All at once.
Like fireworks and then done.
And then done,
but
right,
not
exactly.
This one.
Not this one. So it's gonna come back year after year. It's got that tubular feeding, which is why the hummingbirds love it, because they can get their proboscis right into those little tubes. Look how that looks, you guys. It's so beautiful. It's great in containers. It's great in the ground. You're just going to enjoy having it. And, you know, this is a new variety for us this year. You're really, really going to enjoy it.
When you look at it, I mean, and by the way, the leaves have a scent too. They're almost like they're a minty scent on the leaves. The blossoms themselves smell like sweet honey. I would put these, you could put them in a pot, you could put them in the ground. I like them in pots like near the front door or near an area where you'll get breeze coming in the house because you'll get that scent in your house as well.
I like it by a window.
Perfect.
So you can see the hummingbirds.
Yeah.
This is a plant, you guys, that will draw in the hummingbirds. And I've mentioned this before. You know, there are hummingbirds in every 50 states except for Hawaii. Oh, so sad for Hawaii. That's mean. We love.
Hey, they got pineapples and all that other good stuff.
They got plenty.
They got pineapples.
So if you haven't seen hummingbirds on your property, you just don't have the correct plants to bring them in. So this is how they are coming to you.
Already ready, very established.
These are quite larger than our traditional hummingbird mint. So you're going to get 2 of them. They're ready to go in the ground. You will start getting blooms this summer. It will bloom all the way through that first frost, and really just a great plant to have. And also, I was just going to say, let me give you a little advice. This plant will probably double in size in a week or 2, all right? Because once it gets into it... With proper care.
With proper care. You got to water it, and we have fertilizer, too, you can buy. But be prepared for that. So I like to get them out either into the ground or into a pot ASAP.
Yeah, as soon as you get this home, you guys, I really want you to know it's going to come well packaged. It's going to be really, really a structured container for it so that you're not going to have soil everywhere. You don't have to go to the nursery. You don't have to fight the lines. You don't have to wonder how long those plants have been sitting on the shelves. These are coming directly from our nursery to you with great care. And we always include our planting guide. Our planting guide gives you all the information you need to know. Does it like sun? Does it like shade? Just so you know, it loves sun, right? And so it's going to tell you how deep to plant it, how much water, you know, how to fertilize
everything is there.
Everything
because
is here.
You guys realize the average person out there doesn't have a green thumb.
Sure.
They may have sort of a limeish brown, whatever they have.
Yeah.
But most people are not.
Limeish
Well,
brown.
but you know what happens?
Yeah.
And I love this, and I know you do. Once you start getting these, it's addictive. Like I have 6 or 7 plants on my deck, and I have no more room, but I keep getting more plants.
Yeah.
Because I love them. And remember, you can spread them around your yard. If it's a plant like this, you want to make sure that it gets adequate sun. And because there are a lot of blossoms on this, you want to make sure you water it on a regular schedule.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you put it into a container, you guys, you have to remember that these plants cannot access a water source from the ground itself. So make sure that you're dragging that hose if you're putting them in containers, or get your watering can and just water them that way. But I would say, especially while it's getting established, you need to water it every day, even if it's in the ground. If you put it in a container, you're going to still have to water. I know the colors on this, you know, and I have a garden guy that looks like an English garden where there's just so much variety, and I'm in love with color. This is a plant that's going to give you constant color, constant source of nectar for all of those hummingbirds and butterflies and honeybees.
By the way, there are already 250 sold.
Okay.
All right, so this is gonna sell out in this presentation. Don't sleep on this one. I love it because if you only have a limited amount of space, this could be the only plant that you have room for. It's going to give back so much because not only does it have all the colors, like our daisies, which are coming up. We have
so
daisies coming up. They're gorgeous too. But it has all the colors, but it's also going to bring in your garden friends. So if you love butterflies, I don't know how many of you have ever seen a hummingbird up close. I have, because I lived in Arizona. You know, we had those nectar things all over the place. What a spectacular little bird to watch.
Man,
I mean, you could just sit there and watch those birds, and butterflies too. And you know, what's nice about butterflies, they're relatively tame. You can actually get a butterfly to crawl up on your hand.
Absolutely, yes.
I mean, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get the joy of having something that's beautiful, something that perfumes your neighborhood, and something that's going to invite friends over. I mean, I don't know people that are like that.
Right, no doubt. Right, exactly. Well, you know, and the best thing about this plant is this is not a one and done. This is going to come back year after year. This is a perennial. And with our perennials, we always offer a 1-year guarantee on our perennials. I don't want you to have to return it, so I want you to take care of it. Got to water it, and I cannot recommend our fertilizer enough. It is a night and day difference when you use fertilizer. It's a bloom boosting fertilizer, so you're going to get more of these spikes, which therefore is more color, it's more fragrance, and it again brings in more of those hummingbirds and all of those beautiful pollinators. Just a cool plant.
It makes you smile every time you pull into your driveway or your neighborhood, or you walk in your front door. And by the way, we are giving you 2, so if you want to keep one for yourself, if you live in an apartment, you're like, I just want 1 plant, well, give one away. Give one to your neighbor, give one to your kids, give one to your granddaughter. They will love it as well. And remember, you know, we source all these plants so that they're relatively easy to grow. You know, because believe me, we could do bonsai and all these crazy things, but those are really, really a lot of maintenance.
Very complicated.
What Carrie brings us from Leaf and Petal, and Doug as well, who's a wonderful guy, they bring us things that we are very confident you're going to be able to not only establish, but you're going to be able to flourish in your yard. And I love this just because it's instant makeover.
Right.
And within a month,
you're
going to have flowers. You're going to have,
and the whole summer long, right? And, and you know, again, I love that it's a very fast growing plant, that it's easy to grow. And the reason we choose plants that are both unique but easy to grow is we want you to succeed. Our reputation depends on it. So that's why we package them. We ship you fresh plants. They are easy to grow. Make sure you water them, right? And hopefully fertilize them as well. But we need you to succeed, because then you'll come back and you'll get more plants. It's certainly easier than going to your local big box nursery or your garden center.
I never know how old they are.
A lot of times, Guy, there's bugs in the soil.
When is the last time you saw somebody really out there maintaining and looking over the plants?
Oh my God, they're always dried out.
You know what they do? End of the day, they dump some water on them. That's pretty much, and I'm not poo-pooing them, all right? Because I don't know that for a fact. I'm just saying, every time I go to the home store, I don't see anybody in the garden department.
Right. Well, and
there's plenty of people at the cash registers.
That's a very good point.
Anyway, all right, let me update. I know it says 280 left. How many people online, Jen? There are 250 people shopping, and I have about 250 left. So this will sell out, but don't give up on it. Get it.
Yeah.
Get it home. We give you the instructions, everything you need. And if you do get, you know what, out of luck on this, I have the Gerber daisies, which are have all the same colors.
Yes.
And they're in and daisies are just the happiest plant on the planet. But stay online if you're ordering this. We got about 1 minute left. I'm going to let Carrie kind of wrap it all up.
Sure. So this is a tough, compact perennial. And, you know, once it is established, especially if you put it in the ground, it's going to be drought tolerant. It needs very little care, but it gives you back so much. You're going to get 2 of them, and they're a nice, big, substantial size that are going to be freshly shipped to you. There are only a few places in the country where they're not going to be shipping out immediately, and it's like way up in the UP of Michigan,
Montana,
or in Minnesota. Right, exactly.
But remember, to Carrie's point, we do that. We do that so that you'll get them when it's their time to go into the ground, because a lot of you will still have frozen ground up north. Okay, we're just about out of time. We got to say goodbye to this because this is going to sell out. But please stay with me. Great job. Sold out. Love it, love it, love it, love it. And boom. There it is.
Congratulations to everybody
All
that
right,
got it.
let's
It's an awesome
we
plant.
got to move right on because I want to get right to our daisies.